This next young artist has music in his blood. Dylan Scott got his first label deal with Curb's Sidewalk Records at the age of 19 after honing his skills through plenty of practice and competition in his home state of Louisiana. His debut EP includes the single Makin' This Boy Go Crazy, and the video was released last fall. Kelly Lynn caught up with Dylan on Music Row to talk about his musical journey.
I'm here today with Sidewalk recording artist, Mr. Dylan Scott. How are you?
Good to be here.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. You have been so busy.
Unbelievably busy, honestly. 2013 was probably the busiest year of my life, and looking forward to 2014.
No kidding. I mean, Making This Boy Go Crazy. What a great song.
Thank you so much.
Talk a little bit about that, because you've shot a great music video. You've been out, radio is loving it.
Yeah. So I wrote that song with one of my best friends in town, Forrest Glenn Whitehead. And it's really cool to have your best friend on it and share it with one of your buddies, you know, the success of it. And right now we're like right over 40,000 downloads in the past few weeks. So I'm pumped about that. And yeah, the music video was really fun. Shot it out on Percy Priest Lake, and really cool. Really cool.
You had a gorgeous girl in it, and
Sure
you got, I mean, you were doing some crazy stuff. Like you jumped off of a, how high was that cliff? Because they're like jumping into water. You got to make sure you see the video. We're actually going to show it today.
I don't know exactly how high it was. I thought it was about 150 feet. No, not. But it was high. It was probably 40 feet, I guess. So it hurt. Let's put it that way.
Now, she was a former Titans cheerleader, right? Really pretty girl. So how'd you like filming with her? I'm sure that was...
Don't get much better than that. Not at all. Quick story, though. When she jumped in the video, and she thought she broke her tailbone.
Oh, no.
She went to the emergency room afterwards. But it was all clear. Everything was good. But she landed like she was sitting in a chair. So, you know, music videos get dangerous.
Yeah, no kidding. So they didn't have stunt doubles for you guys. The pretty people had to actually do all the hard work.
Budget, you know, little.
Well, I'm glad she's okay. And you got, what else did you do in it? Because I mean, the whole idea is she's going to drive you crazy, and she probably did.
Well, the storyline of the video is we steal this boat. And so we steal this guy's boat, we go out on the lake for the day, we meet up with some buddies, we leave his boat out on the lake, and, you know, through the day she just does little things like takes off her shirt, gets in her bikini, you know, stuff like that to make this boy go crazy. So it was just a really fun day.
Oh, girl, you make me feel like, whoa, spinning me out of control with every little move you're making, driving me wild if you know what I'm saying.
Growing up in Louisiana, because you're a Louisiana boy, I guess Duck Dynasty, and we're all familiar with their stories and seeing all the stunts they pull. So did you do some of these things growing up?
Oh, yeah, totally. We're total rednecks back where I'm from, and so, yeah, I'm from right there in the town of Duck Dynasty, and we've always been a fan of Duck Dynasty. Before it was Duck Dynasty, it was something called, well, it's called Duck Commander and Buck Commander, and we're all big hunters back home, so, you know, growing up, they were kind of local celebrities, and now they've took it total out of proportion. You know, they're skyrocketed right now, so it's really cool to watch TV and see places from your hometown on TV, so.
Yeah, no kidding. And talk a little about, you mentioned that you're a big hunter and fisherman. I know last year you were the guy for FLW. I mean, you performed a ton of shows and were out and you got to compete and fish, and how was that?
I got to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and go fishing.
Well, that's what you hunters and fishermen do, isn't it?
You're right. But once you play a show the night before and get in bed at 2 a.m., then up at 5 and go fishing. But no, it was a great experience. I played shows from anywhere from 2,000 people to 10,000 people, and so great experience, great exposure, and just fun meeting all these pro fishermen and learning so much about fishing.
If you're feeling what I'm feeling, hop on out of that shotgun seat. Lay it on me. Shoot another smile my way. You're making this boy go crazy, crazy.
Singles doing great. Downloads are amazing. Everything's going your way. Just out on the road?
Yeah, out on the road. So we just signed over at William Morris Agency, so I'm pumped about that. There'll be a lot of shows this year. Believe it or not, more shows than last year, and that's kind of hard to believe.
I bet it's going to keep being that way for several years.
Well, last year we started a radio tour. It lasted 6 months, and we was on the road every week promoting Making This Boy Go Crazy. And so for 6 months, gone straight, and then come back and do shows every weekend. It was just a crazy year. And so, yeah, this year I'm hoping the same. You know, Making This Boy Go Crazy is doing great, and I hope we double our shows this year.
Well, that's that's about all the time we have for today, but we do have a couple of those self-titled EPs up for grabs from Dylan this week. If you want a chance to win, you've got to get signed up only at InsideMusicRow.com. You can also check out each of our episodes online at Zeus.com/InsideMusicRow. We're going to leave you today with this week's Artist on the Rise. Here is Kicking and Screaming from Sarah Beth. Until next time, I'm Jennifer Vickery for Inside Music Row.